Good morning, everybody. It's Peter Geary from Remax Island Realty. I'm here with my Friday figures where I look at some numbers and try to share some trends of what's going on with the market. And one thing that we continue to hear a lot of discussion around is where's the market going? So we finished 3/4 of the year. What's going to happen in the fourth quarter? And one of the best ways to look forward in this business is look at pending sales. Pending sales are a very difficult thing to pull out of the MLS, but thank you to some help from them, I've been able to pull some out and share with you some insights here. So let me go ahead and share with you what I've got. So pending sales. Now I look, as everybody knows, when you talk here, I'm looking at on Hilton Head Island. That means I don't look at Moss Creek and I don't look at the gatherings. It's the Hilton Head Island, and this analysis is looking at residents only, not condos. So just specifically residents, no boat sales or anything else like that. So if you look at 2016 to 2019, the pending sales. So in the month of January, there were 64 pending sales. And what that means is in 6 to 8 weeks, those will turn to closes. So this gives you an indication what's happening in 6 to 8 weeks, right? So you look at these numbers through the year and you end up around 690 as a year-to-date number. Our number in 2021, the pending sales by month, is 974. That's an index of 141. If we keep that rate up, our estimated annual closures are going to be around 1,400. Now, 2020 was at 1,474. So we're right on track to finish the year where 2020 was. How we get there is different. So 2020, during COVID, is when it really picked up. So COVID was announced in March, and then after that, the housing market started picking up dramatically down here in Hilton Head. And you can see March, June, July, August. And if you saw September, October, November, they'll all keep going. And then they continue into 2021 with, these heavy sales in Jan through June. So that year period is really, or year plus, is where the big market has happened here. Now, what happened, though, for 2021, we started to see a fall off here in July, and things started to decrease some. However, they're not going to decrease enough to be lower than the 1,400. It's just we got a much faster start this year, and we'll have a slower second half. In 2020, we had a much slower start, but we had a strong second half. So that's why the numbers look a little different, but they're going to end up in the same place. Well, this is what it looks like. Our historic sales, again, this is Hilton Head only, residences, no Moss Creek, no the gatherings. And look at this. Annual sales are 800 right here. And, 2018, we got up to 1,000, 2019, 1,000, and then it pops for 2020 to 1,474. And year to date, we're already here. So I see us hitting at 1,400 again. That right there is a 10-year high. So this market is hot. This market is not normalizing. It is a very hot market. So I don't necessarily agree that it's normalizing. I feel that, a big bubble in that middle period is done, right? The supply and demand situation is such that, there's a lot of demand and not that much supply. And our prices are increasing 25% year on in year. So that's 25% this year from 19 to 20 and 25%, another 25% between 20 and 21. So if our market's normalizing, it's normalizing at a much higher rate. So let me help you unpack those numbers a little bit more and show you this is a little bit of an eye chart, but it wouldn't be my presentation if I didn't have one eye chart. What I've tried to do here is I've looked at all the main areas for 2020 and 2021. Right here is the number of sales, and right here is the average sale price. And then it's color coded over here as to, is it above or below kind of the 25% break? So 25% was the annual increase in prices. So for our speech, it says, is that 25%? So it's green, right? And if it's here at Palmetto Hall, it was 6%. Now that's 2020 versus 19. The area I was really focusing on is right here. What are the areas in the market that are exceeding the 25%? Now, Folly Field is, but there are only 9 sales because Folly Field's full of a bunch of condos, so I wouldn't really look at that. But if you look at Forest Beach as a total, it's behind. The prices are only up 14%, right? But if you look at Hilton Head Plantation, you look at overall Hilton Head, the general area, you look at Long Cove, Palmetto Dunes, Palmetto Hall, Sea Pines, Shipyard, they're all either at or above the 25%. So those are the areas that you're getting top dollar. But there are laggards here, right? If you look at Forest Beach here, you look at Indigo Run, Port Royal, Spanish Wells, Wexford, Windmill Harbour, they're the ones that are lagging behind this 25%. That's where you're going to find more of the deals there. So if I look at a summary here, what you'll see is 2021, right? The pending sales, the indicator of the future, are way up, right? Versus our pre-COVID levels. They are slowing, and 2020 end of the year was, traveling faster, but I believe we will end at the same levels as 2020, and that's a historic 10-year high. So that's showing us that the market is still very, very active. And as demand continues to outstrip supply, we're seeing prices pushed up. And what does that mean for you? Well, if you're a buyer, I would be going for these lagging areas. I'd be looking at Forest Beach, Indigo. These are the places that are lagging behind. That's where you're going to find more of the deals. But if you're a seller and you want to get your top dollar, if you're living in or have property in Hilton Head Plantation, Long Cove, Palmetto Dunes, Palmetto Hall, Shipyard, these areas are getting top dollar still. The time is still right to sell. So my recommendation is buyers, look in here, sellers, look in here. Now, if you're looking for a realtor, you can find that from me. I'm Peter Geary, trusted home consultant and agent. So if you want, virtual tour, community tours, home consultation, don't hesitate to check out my website and set up appointments directly there, or don't hesitate to call or text me. Have a great weekend.